Good afternoon. On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students, we welcome you to Portland High School and historic James J. Fitzpatrick Stadium for today's game between the visiting Knights from Noble High School and our own Portland High School Lady Bulldogs. Now for today's starting lineups. First, the visiting Noble. Number 5, Lauren Jordan. Number 8, Emerson Myers Teberich. Number 11, Adria Otash. Number 14, Molly Mason. Number 15, Alyssa Rodriguez. Number 17, Anna Strina. Number 18, Natalia Rothwell. Number 20, Katie Barker. Number 22, Mackenzie Jordan. Number 36, Sophie Tetra. Hitting goal today for the Knights, Hannah Perra. Noble is coached by Tatiana Walterbeck. Now for your Bulldogs. Number 2, Jazz Fitzgeralds. Number 5, Annalise Collin. Number 10, Eliza Stein. Number 11, Kate Martell. Number 12, Phoebe Knoll. Number 14, Kendall Sniper. Number 15, Marissa Hill. Number 21, Sydney Kefeather. Number 24, Allison Mina. Number 25, Morgan DeVoe. And in goal for the Bulldogs, Linda Nicholson. Portland is coached by Mr. Matthew Bernstein. We now ask that you please rise, focus your attention to the American flag, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, performed by our own Portland High School band under the direction of Miss Jane Sawtell.
Welcome everybody to Fitzpatrick Stadium, where in today's matchup is between the Noble Knights and the Portland Bulldogs in this Class A girls soccer match.
And for the viewers, Portland is in white and Noble is in, is that black or dark blue?
It's black with white lettering, and Portland is white with blue lettering. And Noble started off with the ball in the first half, so Portland will get possession in the second half. Out of bounds on Portland. And Portland getting into Noble territory as they get a throw in.
Yeah, Portland will need to get off to a quick start here.
And it's booted high.
Try for a little back heel stop of the ball there. Just missed it.
And Rothwell not able to get to the ball as it rolls out of bounds. Portland still in danger. And they get possession and moving the ball back up to the Noble side. And it's out of bounds.
Yeah, on a warm evening like we have here, chasing the ball down here early in the game, trying to keep the ball in bounds. As we saw yesterday when we covered the boys game for Portland, later on in the second half there were a lot of leg cramps. So trying to get the passing a little bit more crisp to keep the players from having to run a little hard for those errant balls when you need to save the energy for driving at the net.
And it's off of Noble for a Portland throw-in. Noble through 2 games are 1-1. They beat Kennybunk 3-2 and lost to Falmouth 6-2. On the other side, Portland is 0-2 to start the season. They lost 8-1 to Scarborough and lost 6-1 to Marshwood. And Stein gets the ball taken away, but Portland keeps possession. Stein and the ball is just saved by Pero from going out of bounds.
Nice ball movement there, moving the ball up. Just ran into a crowd.
Brought down by Knoll, but Portland can't get anything past the defensive line of Noble.
Yeah, it's been pretty stout right there.
And it's kicked to Jordan. It's across the field, but it's over the head of Emerson. Stein gets the ball taken away by Rodriguez, and it's off of Portland for a throw-in for Noble.
Five minutes gone by in this game, no score. Or should I say match?
And it's kicked out of bounds by Noble. So Portland will get a throw in. Portland crossing sides of the field.
Yeah, that was a good idea. A lot of Noble players on that side. Move the ball back to move it sideways, but Noble is moving the ball up.
It's a throw in for Noble. Portland moving the ball up. And the pressure by Colin had Noble kicking the ball out. So it's going to be a throw in around the 5-yard line. And a nifty throw. And it's Stein has it off of a Noble player.
Well, and the thing about that throw-in, just think of how much forward motion, energy. That ball went pretty far. If you can do it, boy, that's a bonus for your team to be able to get that ball in, especially around the net. I mean, maybe not so much, at midfield, but definitely by the net. It's almost like a corner kick.
And it looks like a backwards pass. That's not allowed in soccer. If you kick it to the goalie can't touch it with their hands.
Yes.
So it's going to be a free kick within the 18-yard box.
Yeah, that was a good catch, Seth, because I didn't see it off the camera angle. But yes, that's one of those.
And it's Stein and Sniper behind the ball. See who takes it.
Well, let's see if we can get a little curve action here on that.
And I believe it has to be touched before it's kicked. And Stein, and it's in! So Eliza Stein.
And just like that, goalie for Portland coming out to congratulate.
So the first goal of this game is with almost 10 minutes into the game.
Portland goes scored by number 10, Eliza Stein.
Well, and you have to feel for Noble a little bit here. It's like a corner kick up close. It's one of those unfortunate things where you pick the ball up and you're not supposed to.
Noble can't get the ball out.
So this is a good quick start that I was saying earlier that Portland needs to come out with. And they've been on the Noble side of the field almost this whole game. So they're really putting the pressure on.
And it's by everybody. And it's out of bounds on Portland. And it's kicked out of bounds, so Portland will get a goal kick. And on that goal, sometimes those mishaps of kicking the ball back to your, and I don't think they meant to. It almost looked like the defender barely touched it with her foot, and then decided to allow the goalie to get it. But once that ball touched the defender's foot, the goalie couldn't grab it with their hands. So it's a unfortunate error that led to a goal for Noble, but it's the benefit to Portland, who leads 1-0.
You know, and this game, there's very few rules that can impact a game that close to the net, and that's one of them.
And Portland trying to cross the field. It's brought down by Stein, but it was a hard kick, but Portland keeps possession. And even though Portland's 0-2, it is only the 2 games into the season. So there's only up from here.
And, you know, you can practice, you know, every day, but until you get into game time action, get the finesse passing, the game time, team play. But Portland looks really good today.
It's a throw-in for Noble. And Knoll getting the ball into the 18-yard box. But Noble gets it out. And a slide tackle by Sniper gives Portland the possession. And it's going to be a goal kick. No, it's changed to a corner, so Portland gets the first corner of the game. It's going to be taken by Kendall Sniper. It's a low kick. And it's going to be a foul on Portland, which is the first of the game.
Yeah, almost like a blocking foul. .25 minutes left to go in this half. Portland with a 1-0 lead, or a 1-0 lead.
It's a throw-in for Portland. And it's going to roll out of bounds for a goal kick. A little too hard on the kick. And we're going to have some substitutions. Four subs come in for Noble. And it's the first action for Nicholson. And Linda Nicholson, who's a freshman. So Portland will have a same goalkeeper for 4 years.
And that's a very important position. And
It's a throw-in for Portland. It's another throw-in for Portland. It's out of bounds again.
well, they keep throwing it in. Pretty soon they'll be down by the goal.
And it's booted back towards the 50. But it's picked off by Knoll.
Nice footwork to get the ball away.
And it's gonna it's saved by Mina. And that one's gonna roll out of bounds on Jordan. And majority of this game has been spent on Noble's half of the field.
Yeah, Portland's definitely putting the pressure on early, and to have a goal early really helps with the confidence and to let you know that you are doing the right thing here.
It's a foul on Noble. It's there first. Stein has to pass backwards.
Nice ball steal there by Portland.
It's crossed, but Pero right there to scoop it up. And it's Jordan who keeps possession. It's crossed in there, but Nicholson tracks it down.
Well, and the Noble player didn't give up on that play. As the Portland goalie, the ball came loose. And if that ball had bounced in front, the Noble player was there all by themselves to possibly get a free shot at a goal.
And it's picked off by Sniper. And that was unfortunate. Right off the back of a Noble defense. And it's picked off by DeVoe. So no chance to cross the ball in. And it's Colin
Beautiful.
who to Stein. Stein keeps possession. And it's out of bounds on Colin. Stein to Knoll. And it's a foul right outside the 18-yard box.
Wow. That would have been a good block in football, but not here in soccer. Glad she's okay.
And it's going to be Stein who's taking the free kick. And right off the crossbar.
You couldn't have positioned that any better. That was exactly where Stein wanted that ball to go, but it was just a smidge too high, right in the upper corner. Boy, I'll tell you, 99% perfect. It just didn't go in. Great ball placement.
Colin getting the ball to Knoll. And it's scooped up by Pero.
17 and a half minutes left to go in the half. Portland leading.
Stein
1-0.
and gets the goal.
Oh, man.
So a mishap by Pero.
And the Sea Dogs game is just starting, so the fireworks are coming off for the start of the game. Or was that for Stein's second goal, the fireworks? We'll never know.
So 2 mishaps by Noble gives Portland a 2-0 lead.
Well, you know, that when a goalie is that far out, bad things can happen. Because all you got to do is loft the ball over their head, and there's no one there to protect the net.
It's going to be a throw-in right on the 5-yard line. And Knoll not allowing anything to get by. It's crossed in by Mason, and it's saved by Nicholson.
Well, and I think, Seth, you mentioning that Nicholson's a freshman here, first year of playing up on varsity level, and they are going to have a good goalie for the next 4 years. Nicholson looks so comfortable in net. Or is getting comfortable. I know they've had a rough first couple of games, but you know, to be a freshman and to play on the varsity level, you have to be pretty darn good.
And just out of the reach of Sniper. And a misplay leads to a throw-in for Portland.
Yeah. I don't think Noble really meant to want to do that, because now it gives Portland a chance to set their players for the throw-in.
And it's brought to the middle. And it's a high kick on Knoll. It's the second foul on Portland.
Yeah, and then the Portland player gets knocked down a little. How do you do there? No foul called on that. Sometimes a few little subtle ways to get a point across.
It's taken away by Jordan, and it's a goal. So Mackenzie Jordan gets one back for Noble.
Noble goal scored by number 22, Mackenzie Jordan.
And it's kicked too hard.
With 14 minutes left to go in the first half, it's now a 2-1 game, Portland.
Jordan gets to the ball.
Lots of speed right there. Wow.
And Noel gets the ball back for Portland.
Well, unfortunately, no Portland player there on that kick. And the ball's moving back in Portland's defensive direction.
Some more substitutes for Noble. And it's out of bounds, so throw-in for Portland. Portland gets the ball back. And they're switching sides of the field. And it's bad first touch by Sniper, but Portland keeps possession.
Fortunately, off a Noble player as it goes out of bounds.
And it's a pushing foul on Lauren Jordan. It's a third foul. It's Sniper who takes the kick. It's back in the middle, but Noble gets it out. And they kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, the goalie for Noble wasn't quite sure or didn't really want to try to pick the ball up, but it looked like she would have been able to, because I think it came off a leg or an upper body, so I think that would have been okay, right?
Yeah, as long as it's... And a save by Pero. So Portland denied the third goal. And it's going to be a corner for Portland. Their second corner.
Just a little over 10 minutes left to go in this first half. Portland with a 2-1 lead.
It's Sniper. And it's Stein with her third goal. And that was assisted by Kendall Sniper on the corner. So Portland gets a goal back, making it a 2-goal lead again. And Eliza Stein with the hat trick.
Already with 10 minutes left to go in the first half.
Portland goal off the corner kick scored by number 10, Eliza Stein.
So Portland with a 3-1 lead. And it's within the Portland half.
I got to be really careful down here.
It's a quick throw in, and it's high in the air. Portland's still in danger, and they get it out. And Colin getting the ball up the field, using her speed, and it's see what they believe it's a corner.
No, I
No,
think
it's
it's a
a
goal. I mean, I don't think she was shooting at the goal. I think a couple of players for Portland were over there, but just couldn't get the ball sideways after all the momentum. A couple of Portland players were wide open on the other side of the net. If the ball could have just got there.
and Noel picks the ball off, and that leads to a corner. So another set play for Portland.
Another golden opportunity here.
Kendall Sniper taking the corner again. And it's Stein, but it's right in the arms of Pero.
I think that looked like a left foot and not a lot on it. But it was the right play to try to get it around the Noble player. Just not a lot on it.
And it's taken away by Mackenzie Jordan. And it's wide right of the goal by Otash.
Little under 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Portland with a 3-1 lead.
No, sorry, that was Dubanowitz who had the shot. And a save by Nicholson. It's by Mackenzie Jordan. Portland finally gets the ball back. And it's picked off by Mason. It's kicked up the field. And it's over the net by Mackenzie Jordan.
Well, a fortunate play there. Ball was stolen and the goalie was out. Ball could have lofted right in.
And that ball is going to be kicked out of bounds. So Noble throw in. And it's off of Noble. So Portland gets the ball back. And Mackenzie Jordan picks the ball off, which leads to a throw in. Portland's been in their half for a couple minutes now, with under 4 minutes to go in the first half. And Colin puts on the Jets, and it's short of Stein.
Boy, that was the right play. Unfortunately, it didn't make it through, but they got a throw in. That would have been a nice pass. Just Stein was a little too far ahead of the play, but you know, as the season goes on, those plays will get easier and easier.
And it's a scoop by Perro.
Another heel kick, try to stop the ball, but if you can't see behind your back, you just have to get lucky that it's going to hit the back of your heel and stop dead.
Knoll to Stein. And it's kicked out of bounds. So throw in for Portland. Another throw in for Portland. And booted back up into Portland's half. Portland still in their half. And a nice challenge by Terfethin.
Yeah, Portland's got to be careful. They're kicking the ball right into the Noble players as they're trying to get the ball out.
1 minute left to go. Collins gets the ball. And it's Stein who is ran by Otash. Portland trying to end this half on a high note after having to play some defense over the last 5 minutes.
Oh, nice left foot shuffle.
And it's a foul with...
Get the ball over, get a kick. You're going to have time.
And it's saved by Pero on the quick
Jeez.
free kick by Stein.
That would have been amazing. You know, but you would have had to feel for the Noble team if that would have gone in. But, you know, that's the game.
And Stein with a hat trick that gives all 3 goals to Portland. Mackenzie Jordan had the lone goal for Noble, which made it a 2-1 game. But Portland, at the end of the first half, leads 3-1.
Yeah, it was a really good game. Both teams put pressure on, just Portland with the lead.
And so we'll be back for second half action. And we're back for the start of the second half. Portland starting off with the ball. And it's picked off by Noble.
And we'll see what Noble comes up with for a game plan for the second
Mackenzie
half.
Jordan crosses it, but into the arms of Nicholson.
Well, and that's a good thing because it was a Noble player, you know, with no one matched up to her.
And it's out of bounds on Portland. It's right back to Portland on for a throw-in. Stein brings it down. It's to Colin. But Noble gets possession. And just out of the reach of Striner.
That was a great effort. Just couldn't get there in enough time.
Brought down by Collins. And it's too far out for Stein. But Portland keeps possession.
Yeah, that was an errant kick to allow Portland to keep the possession. Instead of kicking the ball up, it went sideways. Ooh.
And it's a throw-in for Portland. Collins gets the ball taken away by Otash. A nice move by Martel. And nice box out by Rodriguez.
Yeah, that was a great defense. Portland player could have had a great opportunity there, but that was a really good block out.
And it's kicked out of bounds by Rothwell trying to cross it. And it leads to a goal kick. And it's overran by Portland. Mason stuck in the corner by Marissa Hill. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Fortunate for Portland, Noble's come out this second half with tons of pressure.
And it's a shot attempt by Mason. It's a goal kick. And Noble keeps the ball in Portland's half. And it's a Noble throw in. It's misplayed. Collins gets the ball taken away, but it's a Noble throw in after it's kicked out of bounds.
Just a little bit too far. Right idea, just a little too hard.
And it's right back to Portland. And it's going to be a foul on Noble.
Yeah, it looked like the Portland player was trying to spin around, and maybe the Noble player kicked the feet.
So it's the 5th overall foul, first in the second half. It's going to be right behind the 20. And it's over everything. Just over the crossbar. Stein brings it down for Collins. And it's deflected, but saved by the goalkeeper. And it's a throw-in for Portland.
Yeah, errant pass there by the Portland player, and now Noble's putting on some pressure.
Collins gets it to Stein. It's kept in by Martell. And Portland crosses the field. It's out wide. And it's not saved, so throw in for Noble. Portland with possession in Noble's half. And miscommunication, but Portland keeps possession. It's picked off momentarily by Mackenzie Jordan.
Which they really need. If they're going to kick the ball around Jordan, it's got to be crisp passing.
And Martell can't get to it, and it's kicked out of bounds.
30 minutes left to go in this game. Portland with a 3-1 lead. And we're going to see our fancy throw in.
And it's foul on Portland. It's their first of the second half, third overall.
Yeah, you could see the Noble players down there with their arms out like waiting for the call to see what it was because of where the foul took place.
And it looks like Noble made a goalie change to start the half. And the jerseys the goalies wear are different numbers than the ones listed, but I believe it's Lauren Cooley. Who's in for Hannah Perro, who's playing midfield position. It's taken away by Portland with space to play with. And it's going to roll into the 18-yard box where Cooley gets the scoop. A quick throw in for Portland. And it's going to be a foul on Noble. It's another set play for Portland right on the 15. No, it's going to be a little bit back.
Yeah, I thought it was closer to the 20. These referees, they don't let anything sneak by them. There's a lot of free reign on where you throw the ball in, where you kick the ball. But on a play like this, the referee's got an eagle eye.
And Sniper with the kick. And it's right into Cooley's arms. It's brought down, but stolen away by Martell. And Colin, and it's right by everybody. It's going to roll out for a throw-in.
Right idea. Just not any Portland player there to boot it in. That was a beautiful pass across.
Stolen away. Colin gets it down.
Nice block.
It's off of Collins. And Cooley is right there to get the ball.
So after the initial onslaught of Noble, Portland now is starting to put the pressure on in the other direction.
With 25 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this game. It's still a 3-1 lead for Portland. It's booted back out. And it rolls out of bounds for a throw-in for Portland.
Nice deadening of the ball to move it forward. That was nice.
Portland with another throw-in. It's going to be just beyond the 40.
Almost a push there, but Portland player backed up.
It's booted back up the field where Diverge was there, but Portland gets the possession back. Stein kicks it out wide. And it's stays on the outside. And Striner gets to the ball, but Portland's defense gets there in enough time. It's Rothwell who forces a corner.
Yeah, that was the Noble player was just pulling the Portland player closer to the end line and then booted it right off her for this corner kick. So Portland really needs to be careful here.
It's being taken by Mason. And it's off the bar, right? It deflects a couple times, but Nicholson is right there.
Let me tell you, Nicholson laying down, reached up and grabbed that ball out of midair and just said, "This one's mine." And
there's a couple players down. One gets up, but we'll take a timeout while they get tended to, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So Morgan DeVoe walks off.
On the sideline, shaking the foot, getting a drink, looking as if she'll be coming in at some point again.
Stein heads it. It's going to be a Noble possession, but Colin is there.
Well, and as you may be able to tell, you fans watching this at home.
And it's a tripping foul on Noble.
The sun has now gone down behind the trees on this side of the field, and so I'm not sure how glary it's been, but at least now there's no sun glare. Not complaining about the sun, don't get me wrong. Just when you're trying to film and the sun's right on the camera, it makes it pretty glary.
Just under 22 minutes left to go in this game. Still a 3-1.
And what was
We had
it?
a whistle. Maybe it was too early. And it was before the whistle, so they had to bring the ball back and redo the kick. It's kicked out of bounds for a Portland throw-in.
And I have to say, whoever the ball person is on that side of the field is going to be pretty tired by the end of this game. That ball has been on that side of the field out and having to be chased like the whole game. So kudos to the ball person over there.
It's kicked out of bounds by Noble. Colin crosses it in, and it's nice challenge by Martell, and a shot attempt by Noel into the arms of Cooley.
"20 minutes left to go in this game. Portland leading 3 to 1.
It's going to be out of bounds by Noble, so Portland throw in. And once again, it's out of bounds on that side of the field. It's brought down by Noel. And it's taken away by Noble. Portland's in position to keep Noble at bay. But Noble continuing to be a threat, but it's a give and go between Colin and Stein. Colin has to kick it backwards. It's Noel. And Schreiner almost gets the ball to Yugu.
Oh, nice rush there by the Portland player to get the ball.
And Cooley falls on the ball with under 18 to go. Brought down, and it's off of Martell for a Noble throw in. And it's a foul on Noble on the 20-yard line. So another free kick for Portland.
Yeah, a little shoulder check there.
It's going to be Eliza Stein taking the free kick. And it's right into the arms of Cooley. Noble choosing to change sides of the field. Portland getting the ball out, choosing to kick it through the middle, and Colin running past everybody, and it's over the crossbar.
Boy, you talk about effort. That was a lot of effort. Nice shot. Just cleared the top of the net. You know, effort like that can win you games. It can also inspire your teammates.
Brought down by Noel. Stein as a Noble player track back. And it's kicked out of bounds by Martell.
Oh, Martell took one from the ball person on the side of the head as she was running by.
And nice footwork by Sniper, keeping the ball in Portland's possession, but bad pass leads to a turnover momentarily. And it's shot and it's in by Ava Linez.
Well, we have ourselves a ball game again. Just as quick as that. With 14 minutes left to go in the game, it is now 3-2.
Noble goal scored by number 10, Ava Lins.
And it's amazing how quickly that happened. Just getting a player in behind your defense, staying on side, and then firing it in. Well, Noble's given Portland notice they're not going to go away quietly. And Portland's defense has really got to step it up here.
And it's to Sniper. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds for a Portland throw-in. taken away by Noble. Marcotte with the ball. It's kicked out of bounds by Portland. And Stein to Colin. Colin in the middle of the field. And it's dribbled in the midst of 4 Noble defenders.
And a push in the back by the Portland player. That would have been a Portland throw-in, except the Portland player pushed the Noble player. And just a little bit of a discussion. Nothing major. Could have just been a little frustration push. And the ref's just making sure.
And it's a Portland throw-in. It's kicked out of bounds by Noble. And it's taken away by Pero. And it's going to be a throw-in for Portland. Or it's going to be a penalty on Noble. So free kick for Portland taken by Kendall Sniper. And right into the defense. But Sniper gets to the ball and forces a throw-in.
Great hustle. You hustle like that, you make the other team make mistakes. And now they got a nice throw in here down by the goal.
Colin crosses it. And it's into the arms of Cooley. Brought down by Sniper. And Derek gets there just in time.
Yeah, the Portland defender did everything right there. Even though it's a throw-in, you got the ball away from the Noble player because you didn't have any other defenders down there to help you out.
Some changes for Portland. And Portland can't get it out. It finally does. Stein couldn't track the ball. Colin to Stein. And just behind Colin on the pass. Leads to a turnover. It's going to be a throw-in for Noble. With 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this game. And a pushing foul by Portland.
Yeah, I think initially the ref was going to let that go, and then there was a second push, and that's when the whistle came.
And another foul on Portland.
They got to be real careful here. Little cross in, a header. This game could be tied.
And it's being taken by Molly Mason. And it's in by Natalia Rothwell. So the game is tied.
With 7.5 minutes left to go. Well, we have a tale of two halves. It's been Noble's second half, and it was Portland's first half. Now we got to see who's going to win the last 7 minutes.
And it's too far in front of Mina. It's going to be a goal kick for Noble. 7 minutes left to go. It's tied 3-3. And it's Mackenzie Jordan. But it's a goal kick for Portland. Portland's been in their half for majority of this second half.
Yeah, Noble has made an adjustment at half. Whatever they talked about, they've put it in full force.
Portland, it's too far out in front of Colin. They keep possession. It's going to be stopped by Trefethan. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Portland. Under 5 minutes left to go in this game. It's put into the middle of the field, and it's picked off by Noble. And it's going to be an offsides.
Oh, fortunate for Portland.
Portland can't seem to get the ball past Noble's defense. Colin is going to try from 15 yards out. And it's, should I say 20 yards out. It's no good. It's a Noble throw in. It's in the middle.
This second half, the ball just seems to be a smidgen out of reach of the Portland players as they've been moving the ball up.
3 minutes left to go. And a bad first touch by Colin leads to a foul. Brought down by Stein.
And right now we're playing who can kick the ball the hardest the other direction. Well, let's just see if Portland can. Ooh.
And Cooley looked like the ball was knuckling. Portland's possession, but Noble getting the ball back. And it's up to Striner, but the ball is kicked back to the other side of the field. And Portland wanted a foul.
Yeah, that looked pretty incidental. The player got rid of the ball and momentum.
And it's kicked out of bounds by Portland, with Noble threatening with 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go in this game. It's kicked out of bounds by Noble.
No, they say Portland. They gave Noble the throw in.
And it's Nicholson.
Oh,
It's a turnover. And it's in! And that was by Molly Mason.
yeah, gosh, the goalie was out. And all you have to do is loft the ball up, and that's what the Noble player did. Oh, one of the most dangerous plays in soccer is when your goalie's a little too far out. And if you can do that, chances are it's going to go in, and it did. Wow.
So Noble getting the lead.
And now all Noble wants to do is just keep kicking the ball down the Portland side.
And it's a goal kick. With 14 seconds left to go.
Portland with a chance here to try to bring it up.
And nice passing, but it's not going to be enough time. And Noble comes back. And as they run on the field to celebrate, it's a great win for Noble, but a disappointing loss for Portland.
And the Portland players are over there talking to their goalie. You know, I mean, the goalie was up front to get rid of the ball, And unfortunately the Noble player picked it off and shot it in for a goal.
And Eliza Stein had all 3 goals for Portland in the first half, which gave them a 3-1 lead, but 3 unanswered goals in the second half by Noble gave Noble the win.
Yeah, I mean, it was a well-played match. Noble made adjustments at half, and they came out and played a totally different game than they did the first half, and it showed. They were relentless against Portland's defense.
Yeah, Mackenzie Jordan had the first goal for Noble in the first half, and then Ava Lindez had the second goal. Natalia Rothwell had the third, and Molly Mason had the game winner for Noble. And so Portland will drop to 0-3. Noble would pick up a win to go to 2-1. And so it's not where Portland wants to be, but like I said earlier in the broadcast, it is early.
And the fact that the first 2 games Portland played, and how dominating their losses were, and this game, they know what it's like to lead. They just have to keep the lead.
And so Portland losing this to Noble 4-3, saying so long. This has been a production of PPS TV3, Portland Public Schools, saying good night.
And we'll see ya.